Hello, you've made it. Your parents have left the house. You've popped in the special anniversary edition of your dad's anime stash. It's secret, it's special, and it comes with cake. So make sure you pop that in the DVD, lay back with your piece of chocolate or vanilla cake like Josh has, and get ready. Because today we're talking some anime video games. So yeah, it's still anime. So suck it up. As always, you have Josh, who's a gamer, who's
I
eating a
sure am.
cake, and I'm wondering how long that candle will stay lit while he eats the cake. My hope is that he powers through like a champion, eats the entire cake before he blows out the candle.
I'm
We
not
have a
candle.
yeah, you shouldn't. We have a Frenchie who's joining us again. You might remember him from our most recent One Piece episode discussion. And then we have Sai, who doesn't want to be on video because he doesn't like us anymore.
I'm too sexy for my shirt right now. That's why.
We need those viewers, Sai. So pop that camera on.
I don't have a shirt on.
Yeah, we need the viewers. Pop it off.
Can I get on with no shirt on?
What the hell do we care?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't. I figured it was like
the only thing is it's not even against Twitch terms of service for a guy to have your shirt off. Because here's the actual rule: if you're a guy, as long as you don't take off the shirt on camera, it's not against Twitch terms of service. As long as you don't do it on camera.
We're not on Twitch.
I know. I'm just saying in general.
See, I don't have a shirt on.
Yeah.
I'm fucking.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but today we're here to talk anime video games because we all play video games and we all watch anime. So it kind of seems like a perfect combination. So who wants to start off with, let's say, favorite? Let's all go with favorite video game anime video game you've ever played.
Let me just say, it does seem like it would be a perfect combination, but most of it is not.
It's not, no. Mostly because the studios that pick up the games are like
Cash grabs.
It's just cash grab because the anime is out, and very rarely will they like try to make a unique game, and it very rarely even succeeds when they actually do try.
Well, it seems like most of the problem is every single one of them is just a 1v1 fighting game that just has a different skin for each anime.
My question is, why does Josh have a whole cake? I thought he was gonna have a slice of cake.
That is a slice.
That is not a slice.
That's
huge.
That is a slice when you're fat, Sai.
Every cake is a slice of a cake if you're man enough.
Boom.
I just don't like cake enough, I guess.
All right. I mean, I can like you don't.
This sounds like more of a you problem then.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to,
Don't blame cake.
I'm not blaming the cake. I'm just surprised. You said a slice. That is not a slice.
I feel like
you said he had cake.
I feel like now to rub it in, I'm going to grab my ice cream sandwich because you just said you've offended cake. So I feel like I need to back up cake with an ice cream sandwich.
That's what?
We can combine them to make an ice cream cake.
Oh man, the candle went out.
Aw. Well, that's disappointing. But yeah, I guess we'll briefly say this really quick because I mentioned it really quick. But it is our 1-year anniversary of Dad's Anime Stash, so congrats to us. You guys have put up with us for an entire year.
We made a lot of friends along the way, as you can see.
Sai has not left.
From 2.
And as you can also tell, Sai has not left this room in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm fucking tired.
I go in here to like check on like stuff and check on the studio and download stuff, and I just see Sai chilling in the back, like chilling in the lobby, not doing anything. It's really
nice. Man, you should see what happens in here when you're not here.
Oh, trust me, I know, man. I come in,
but you're not. Okay.
Yeah, because we're admin, so I can see you, but I don't. You don't know that I'm there. Yeah, that's the secret. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, yeah, pretty much white privilege. All right, so here's a discussion I want to jump to, and then I know we're gonna switch topics because I don't really care. Am I the only one that wishes Yu-Gi-Oh games were better?
No, Yu-Gi-Oh. It peaked either at Duelist of the Rose or the Sacred Card for GBA.
Well, Duelist of the Roses is incredible, so if that's a peak, it's not bad.
Like I don't know if you guys have played has anyone played the new one that just came out? Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel?
Yeah.
So that's actually not bad. That's actually a solid Yu-Gi-Oh game. But like growing up, I had played like I think my favorite anime video game is the Budokai 2 for the PlayStation 2, or one of my favorites.
Mhm.
But growing up, like before I even got into that, like the first anime that really had a game come out that like I had remembered seeing was like the Yu-Gi-Oh games. And early Yu-Gi-Oh games, when the show was like at its height, were dog shit. There it is.
So let's just go ahead and agree that we're not going to count the Pokemon games as anime games.
That's an anime made from a video game.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
It's too much because it's that there's too much there. It's not even if people count it, that's great, but it's too much to get into to try to include Pokemon.
That'd be like saying like Castlevania or The World Ends With You and stuff like that.
Yeah, like if we're gonna go that route and include some things that are like more simplistic, we gotta like we can talk about stuff like Monster Rancher, because Monster Rancher only had like one game for the Game Boy Advance that came out based on the show, but it was one game, like, and it fits for stuff. But I don't know, I don't think we can include Digimon either. Then
I think we can.
You think we can include Digimon?
Well, you're right, because the Digimon anime was based on digital pets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Touche.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I briefly played a few of the Digimon games.
I argue that you can.
Ooh, I like it. Why do you say that, Sai?
Because, okay, so Pokemon started as a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did Digimon start as a game, though?
They started as digital pets.
Yeah.
Like the Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
We're counting that as a video game?
No, we're saying
that's a good point, though.
Yeah.
Are we counting that as a video game? It's something on a video screen, and it's a game.
Tamagotchis.
But
I don't know. I mean,
I was introduced to Digimon first as an anime before.
We're going like hardcore in the weeds.
That's where this podcast belongs. In the weeds, in the math.
Like
whenever we made this topic, it was gonna be in the weeds.
All right. Well, I think isn't by definition a video game something that has to take place on more of a digital like screen? Like I don't think Tamagotchis is that's not considered a digital screen, is it?
It's an LCD screen. I mean, do you consider those Tiger LCD handhelds video games?
I don't remember that.
Donkey Kong on an LCD screen? Game & Watch? You're telling me Game & Watch were not video games?
Tamagotchi is classified as a handheld video game.
Is it?
Tamagotchi is classified as a handheld video game.
All right, well, there we go. All right, so I guess we have to talk Tamagotchis now. Whose Tamagotchi survived the longest?
I
never had one.
Half an hour, maybe.
I bought one of the recent releases of the Digimon ones, and
there it is.
I haven't made one last longer than 2 days.
All right, so Sai starves his Digimon for pleasure and enjoyment.
Pretty much.
I think I bought one because it was like the hot trend, and then I think I like fed it for like a day, and I was like, "Oh, this is dumb," and I just like let it die.
I was upset.
Got me one for my birthday, but I never opened it. I just put it on a shelf with some Digimon figures.
I was upset because it didn't evolve into what I wanted it to evolve to.
I feel like
I just let it die.
Dude.
I feel like Tamagotchi was just the digital advanced form of the pet rock.
Yeah,
it is.
Like,
except a pet rock won't die if you don't remember it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just a digital version of that, except that it, dies.
But my pet rock eroded into sand.
I always forgot to charge my pet rock, so it never really worked.
It's because you got to use the USB 3, not the USB 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the trick. They've upgraded since then.
I ate my pet rock.
There it is. All right.
So we're counting Digimon.
I get okay. If we're counting Digimon, then in theory we have to count virtually.
I don't mind counting
anything.
Pokemon, to be honest.
Okay, we can. Let's just say we count it, but we're not going to talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about Digimon though.
Yeah, we you kind of have to, because those are.
No, too much, Cy. It's too much.
Don't come on a podcast with me and think I'm not going to talk about Digimon.
No, I
You
said
said-
Pokemon. I'm saying Pokemon.
Oh,
You
I
spent
was
at
saying
least
Digimon.
52 hours
Oh,
with me,
oh,
Mark,
you're saying
you know.
Digimon. No, I'm fine with talking Digimon. I don't want to talk Pokemon games. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, but Pokemon games are the same game. Like Digimon are like. There's
What
a
do you mean Pokemon
plethora-
games are the same game?
Like
You're telling me Pokemon Pinball is the same game as Pokemon Red?
And are you telling me that Pokemon Red is the same game as Pokemon Conquest, which is a Final Fantasy Tactics version of Pokemon Side? Is that what you're telling me here?
that
Is that
shit
what you're
doesn't
telling us?
exist. That
Mm.
shit doesn't exist in my head. Pokemon Conquest was so bad.
It was not good. That's true. But
It was their failed attempt at tactics.
you're telling me Pokemon Gala Darkness is the same game as Pokemon Trading Card Game?
What is Pokemon Gala Darkness?
For the
Are you telling me?
GameCube?
Are you telling me Pokemon Go?
Oh,
is the same as
that one,
Pokemon
dude.
Red?
That one was fun.
It was
Are you
good.
telling me that Pokemon Stadium is the same as Pokemon
I thought
Red
we
Side?
weren't
Is that what you're
talking
telling me?
Pokemon. Mark.
We're doing nothing but talking Pokemon now.
You made this happen, Cy.
No, I didn't.
How we're pissed.
Josh brought up Pokemon. I was just arguing so we could talk about Digimon,
I have not played a Digimon game honestly since
and that's what's wrong with you now.
God. What was the Game Boy Advance?
God dang.
Dusk and Dawn?
Probably Dusk and Dawn.
Probably, yeah.
Was it a Was it kind of like Cyber Sleuth, or you didn't play Cyber Sleuth, so you wouldn't know?
Cyber Sleuth
No,
that came
I
out
didn't,
way
I didn't play
after.
Cyber Sleuth. Like I remember seeing the games, but like I had like I like stopped watching Digimon like after the first like couple seasons, so I kind of just like fell off of the Digimon trend because like growing up after I had started getting into like the anime video games and realizing like dear God, the vast majority of these are just
The same game.
Somewhere.
horrible, yeah, or just the same thing. Like I loved Budokai. Like Budokai 2 for the PS2, love that. I love the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament game.
Mhm.
But
that's
and
not
then-
the best Yu Yu Hakusho game.
you know, and then I just
That's
I don't
not
know.
the one that was on the Game Boy, right?
No,
No,
Okay.
PlayStation 1, I think.
Are you,
PlayStation 2.
Josh,
PlayStation
what's the
2,
best
okay.
one?
The best one is Tournament Tactics.
Okay, that's the Final Fantasy style one, right? That
Yep.
was on Game Boy.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna talk about that. I just didn't remember what the name was.
Well, this is a great segue. Let's talk about it.
I actually really like that game. I'm just a big fan of tactics
tournament.
type games.
No, I
Yeah.
love it. That's why I went back when I was at this retro game store and I bought a PS1 copy of Final Fantasy Tactics so I could play it on my PS2 because it's still one of my favorite games ever.
Last
just
year,
played it.
when I was rewatching Yu Yu Hakusho, I played through Tournament Tactics again.
Really?
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to all chip in to buy a graded copy of Yu Yu Hakusho Tournament Tactics for $750?
I have
What's the-
$2 to my name.
What's the
right now.
grade?
A+.
Yeah. If it ain't an S, I don't care.
Yeah.
I got $2 to my name.
I'll match that donation.
All right. We got this sold.
I just don't think it's a wise investment.
I don't either.
We'll put it
'Cause
on
I'm
size.
opening it.
Let's put it on size credit card.
Nah, those that has no money on it.
We'll-
It's gonna decline it very fast.
as long as we get the card first side, that's really my only concern here.
I found the
You-
cartridge for $15.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I
don't think I
on
don't-
my phone. So
I don't
I'm
think
good to go.
I don't think I have a working Game Boy Advance anymore.
I have an iPhone.
I got
so
this bad
can't-
boy right here. I still
True.
play Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2004.
Sai, is
sometimes.
anything going your way, man?
No.
It's not. See, that's why I'm glad I have an Android because I can just download any emulator I want.
It's true.
You know what game I want? Okay, since we're going clearly into the weeds here.
Mark, can your phone
of-
do this?
No, I'm
Dude,
not cool.
I want one of those really
I'm,
bad.
I'm not cool. I can't flip it. I can do that, but only one time, and it doesn't rebend.
Frenchie, don't copy me.
Now call someone.
Call your friends.
I'll just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Instead.
That's a better. That's
Okay,
a better
so-
system.
So we're going to be counting some weird games here because I'm going to count F-Zero X, which is a racing game for the N64, because it includes Captain Planet, and the game only came out because Captain Planet was the popular anime in Japan. It's the only reason why that F-Zero X got made.
Captain Planet or Captain Falcon?
Captain Falcon.
I was gonna say nothing about
Or
that sounded
Captain
right.
Planet. No, Captain Planet's fine. No, but
I was like,
Captain
what?
Falcon. The game was so the anime was so popular in Japan that they wanted to put him in a racing game, so they made F-Zero X.
So
Really?
yeah, that's an anime game.
So
Yeah.
that's where Captain Falcon comes from? Anime?
Yeah, in Japan. It only aired in Japan.
Where does
Wow, I
Captain
didn't know
Planet
that.
come from?
comes-
The Earth's core.
Does he?
What is it?
Open.
Fire, earth,
Fire,
water,
Fire, wind,
water.
water, heart.
Yeah, and heart.
and
That's why I always laughed. Now looking back, I always feel bad for that heart kid because they always like everyone else has these badass entrances because it was always like fire, water, earth, wind,
wasn't
and
it
they
a
all have, like,
girl?
no,
Or
it was
a
a
dude?
it was an
It was a
Indian
dude?
dude. It was an Indian dude.
See, that's the thing. Everybody always wants to feel bad for the heart guy who controls animals, which makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
The heart of the animals.
Dude made lions attack people.
Well, don't fucking litter, or a lion will eat you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he was badass.
Guys, in my opening hand, I had the Blackluster Ritual and Blackluster Soldier.
Oh, that sounds like cheating.
It does sound like cheating. You guys ever watch that? Speaking of, since we're on Yu-Gi-Oh now, there's like that clip of a guy playing. I think maybe the new game. I'm not sure. And he one turn summons Exodia. And it just
Like, does he just draw it without having to play anything?
well,
Yeah, you don't summon Exodia.
he
Where he
draws
plays like Pot of Greed a couple times, and then
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
He
like,
starts
does
off,
he play
he starts off with like
25 cards?
Yeah, he starts off with like 2 of the pieces, and then he draws 2 pot of greeds, and then he draws like these 3 cards. I don't know what they do because I couldn't read it, but like every time he played one of the cards, he drew more cards, and so
Magical hammer?
no, it was something
Mallet or
weird.
whatever?
But he ended up drawing like his one turn was like a full 55 seconds of nonstop drawing and discarding, and then he had all 5 pieces, and then he just goes match over, you won.
Speaking of, I actually played Master Duels against my lovely co-host Ash one time, and he has a deck that's very similar to that, and I hate him for it because he's a bad person. Because I hate Exodia decks because their turns, their turn. Yes, that too, but their turns last for like an hour.
I tried playing Yu-Gi-Oh, like the new card game, but like I got into it for a little bit, and then I realized how hard it was going to be to actually like make a deck that I wanted, and I was like, I'm done.
It's not that hard.
I mean, it's not hard to make a deck, but to get the cards you want, you need to invest money, and money is hard to come by.
You can burn cards and use them to.
It just takes fucking forever.
Yeah, it does. It does take a while.
It takes fucking ridiculously forever. Anyway, I don't know. Where are we going with this? There's so many avenues. Now
I feel like we haven't finished talking about.
Oh, we haven't.
Show Dark Tournament.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's go back to Dark Tournament. Tournament tactics. Yu Hakusho tournament tactics.
So let's get into that here in a second. So I don't know if you guys know this, but there were 13 Yu Yu Hakusho games that came out before.
I did not know that.
That's a lot.
Though most of them were Japanese, right?
They were all in Japanese, but then there was another one that came out, Yu Yu Hakusho Poltergeist Report for the GBA. Did you guys ever play that one?
I might be thinking of that one.
You weren't.
No.
Oh no.
I know I have.
The name sounds familiar though.
That was the name of the show.
No, I mean like as a game.
It's not a great game. It's like this 2.5D isometric game. It's just.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I
do know what you're
talking
talking about,
guys. But tournament tactics, I can always recommend.
There's one Jump Stars game that was on, I believe, either the Game Boy Advance. No, it was either the DS or the Game Boy Advance. That was super fun.
The DS one with 6 Yu Yu Hakusho characters?
It might have been that one.
There's only one Jumpstar game that has Kuwabara, and that's it.
Was it like a side scroller, kind of like
it might have had a side scrolling thing to it.
It was like Smash Brothers, kind of. But I like that. I just remember liking it more than a 3D. I'm not a 3D fighter person.
Yeah, can I get your guys' opinion? What are your thoughts on Jump Force?
Jump Force, is that the new one?
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
think it's kind
I
of
hate
trash.
it. It's
I-
very
Super
trash.
trash.
I barely
trash.
touched it, but here's my thoughts on it. Like in general, I think it was a great idea, and had like a shit ton of potential to be like a top tier fighting game. And then they were just like, you know what? F it. Let's just put the game out there and see what sticks.
So I can I can tell you with almost certainty, and this is I wouldn't say this for every game ever made, but if it is a fully voiced game and they don't do an English track, and you have all these well-known characters, you know they didn't plan on selling it in the US.
That's fair.
They had
Yeah.
a target audience, and you're not part of that audience. Unless you've played every Jump Force game.
Yeah.
I feel like they were just like, okay, well, let's do Ninja Storm, but with just Naruto and a bunch of his not Jump friends.
Well, Ninja Storm was just a Jump Force game. That was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Naruto.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, okay, like so for me, the last anime game that I bought was One Piece World Seeker,
I didn't play that one.
because
He only bought it to stream with his kid.
yeah. I mean, I bought it and it ended up working out, but like I bought it originally because I was like, I had heard that the One Piece games that are essentially just Dynasty Warriors were actually pretty solid, because those games really are kind of hard to mess up.
Now,
No.
question is, are we calling Dynasty Warrior games solid games?
No, I'm saying like they're
Oh, okay.
simple, like they're simplistic.
Okay. I see
They're
what you're saying.
simplistic in what they are, as in like it's a game where
Yeah.
if you get it for cheap, you can play it for a few hours, and you're not like, I regret that. You're like, whatever. It's a game that I can play to pass the time.
Funny enough,
it's not good or bad. It's just there.
the Gundam ones are really good, though. I'm not gonna
Right.
lie.
Well, yeah. So my point was like, so I'd heard those games in One Piece were good, but like One Piece World Seeker, I had heard they were like, oh, it's going to be like more open world, and you can like do all these things, and I was like, oh, all right. And so I got it on Steam Summer Sale for like, like $20 instead of like 50 or whatever. And it's like it's like maybe a C-. It's like it's the same exact fight over the entire game, just with different people. There's no storyline. No one has any dialogue. No one wrote any dialogue. Like Josh said, there's no English voices. There's no voices at all. They start talking. Luffy just makes a bunch of noises, and text just scrolls.
It's
That sounds
infuriating.
Legend of
amazing.
Zelda.
So I was like, this is but Cameron loves One Piece, so like I'm still playing it because he loves it. But like it's infuriating that
It's very
like,
bad.
Just enjoy the Dynasty Warrior-ness.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, pretty much.
At least you're not fighting a dude with a big, throbbing, meaty hammer. So it could
you know what?
be
That's a fair point. Season 2 is confirmed. So we
Season
have that.
2. We don't need to talk about
We have
that.
that. We have that. To look
So the last anime game I got is Digimon Survive. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a big Digimon fan.
What?
I've heard some things.
So
Is it
I
good?
did hear a rumor on TMZ that you might be.
Is it good? That's all I'm worried about.
do you like visual novels?
Oh,
Yeah. Did
That's
not
a
realize
no.
this thing was a visual novel. So after 3 hours of pressing X, I gave up. Played the game for 3 hours, had one battle.
Jesus.
okay. Does it just start like that and get better?
Not
Because
from what
some
I hear.
games do. Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
I don't know. It's not worth the investment for me because again, it's targeting a specific audience, which is visual novel fans. It's a tactical RPG, which is great. I love the theory of that, but
Yeah, I don't. Do you guys see a point?
I think Josh froze.
He
I'm not
probably
froze.
did. Oh, okay.
Oh.
You were for a second.
I stopped moving and talking.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I honestly, at this point, I'm trying to figure out like what's the last like worldly received great game based off of.
The last anime game
I
I
knows.
played was Dragon Ball Kakarot.
Kakarot was an amazingly disappointing game.
That's what I've heard, and I hate that because Dragon Ball Z gave me exactly what I wanted with an open world game where you could actually play through the story a little bit, but all I've heard is that it's terrible.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard.
I wouldn't
It's an
call it.
open world, but there's nothing in it.
I've
Yeah,
heard. I've heard. All I've heard is that it's average.
It's
Like,
average.
that's all
I
I've
wouldn't
heard,
call it
it's average.
terrible. I call it average.
Which is disappointing because there was like a ton of hype behind it.
Yeah, they should
Dude,
have.
how could you
did
not be
more with the
disappointed,
system.
Sai, with the auto leveling? You don't have
I
to
don't
do
know.
shit. You just go to the next battle and it automatically levels you up to fight.
Oh, does it? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't play that much of it. I just got to Frieza.
So I was like, whatever.
If it's an open world game with no grinding, it's not worth it.
I do not agree with that.
You're all
I
about the
hate grinding. I hate grinding.
I don't think it has to be
I don't know,
consistent,
man.
but I would like to at least work to level my character up.
Yeah,
That's fine.
you hate grind. So what about the DBZ games for GBA? Did you hate grinding in
I
those?
like those.
Legacy of Goku?
Those but the games are fun in those.
And you loved grinding, Sai.
No, I didn't love the grinding.
I don't
enjoyed the
mind.
game.
I don't mind grinding games if there's a reason to grind. Like in anime games, like I don't mind grinding for stuff. There's got to be like a legit reason for it. Like Pokemon
Fair
or
enough.
like stuff like that. Like I don't mind grinding as much because I'm trying to get a new power or
Yeah, if there's a reason for the
you know,
grind,
whatever.
like if I need to like grind because I just want my character to be the god and not so that not like a Dark Souls game. And I love Dark Souls games, but like if I beat the first boss, right, without grinding, and then I go straight to the second boss and I have to grind for 3 hours to beat that boss, no. I don't like it then.
Yeah, I get that. I realized it wasn't an anime game that made me realize I don't mind grinding. It was Final Fantasy X-2. When I was running around grinding the beast costumes.
Yeah, because you get to see less clothed women.
No,
Right?
I don't go for that.
That's what they all say.
for now.
I like
For
women to
now.
be fully clothed at all times.
Oh, that's weird. Can where's his FBI agent? I need to
Not
speak
not
to him.
not like you, Sai. Why'd that shirt come back on? We didn't say you could put it on.
Cause man, I don't know.
Learn the rules, Sai.
I
Learn the
felt
rules.
dirty.
Yeah, that's why we like you.
I felt dirty.
That's why we like you.
Oh. Thank
All
you.
right.
So I kind of
Uh,
just wanted this to be a Digimon talk about just Digimon games because Digimon games are fun. But actually, speaking of tactics games, I also been playing what is it called? SD Gundam Generation Cross Rays. That game is fun if you like top-down tactics.
You said it was SD Gundam?
Yes.
What's SD stand for?
Super deformed.
Or
Chibi.
Superior Defender.
Oh, okay,
No.
okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, okay.
It's a callback,
Yeah,
No.
guys.
from that one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize you were talking about that. I'm sorry. Which
So-
is a very bad but good show.
I don't like Gundam at all. Should I play this game?
If you like top-down
I
tactics.
want to get more. I want to get more of the Gundam games.
Like if you like Final Fantasy Tactics, like
Well, I
games,
love
you,
that.
you'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right. So here's what I'm going to do now. I found this article from IGN, the
Okay.
top 10 anime video games of all time, according to IGN from last year. So we're gonna see how many of these any
I
of us have,
guarantee
ever, have
Xenoverse
played.
is on there.
We're gonna find out.
Xenoverse deserves a spot on there.
Xenoverse 2 deserves to be thrown in the trash.
All right, number 10.
Disagree.
Attack on Titan 2. Anyone play that?
No.
Nope.
I
Nope.
want it to though.
This is
Either.
gonna be a great list.
It's gonna be a great list. Apparently, it's super good. All right, number 9. Bleach for the DS.
I played
Anyone?
that.
I did
Never
play
had
that.
a DS.
Is
I
that
played
game
that.
good?
It was
No.
decent.
Is it number 9?
Yeah, probably.
All right, well that
well-
shows how good. That just shows how good anime video games are.
Bleach was better back then.
Which Bleach game too? I believe there's more than one.
Bleach DS is what it says.
That's what it's called. Oh, okay,
That's what it says.
okay. Because there was one the one I remember. I don't know if this is the one Josh remembers, but it was kind of like in that shit. My brain just froze.
Yep.
All I know is last time I played with Bleach, I stained my shirt.
Oh, you.
Ooh. Number 8, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
The
Anyone?
fighting game?
Yeah.
I didn't play it, but I wanted to play it.
Number 8. Number 7, Mobile Suit Gundam Extreme versus Max Boost. I don't know.
Oh, I technically didn't play that, but I did play Versus, which is basically the same game, just like with less suits and so much forth.
That one I've not played. Number 6, One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, which I did
Yes.
hear is a really good game.
It's a very good game if you like Dynasty Warriors.
Well, I think we all like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, that's a fact. Number 5, Initial D Arcade Stage 8. and 10.
What? There's an Initial D video game?
There is
It's an arcade game.
Yeah, I played it. It's pretty fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Number 4, Astro Boy Omega Factor.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
For the DS.
Astro. No, Game Boy Advance.
Oh, well, I've never
Yeah.
heard of the game, but had you said it was for the DS, I would have been like, yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah, great game. Number 3, Jump Ultimate Stars.
Probably not.
Which one is that?
2006. It's essentially the precursor to Jump Force. It looks like.
I
That's-
think
that's
so.
kind of what it sounded like.
I think that's the
Yeah.
one I was thinking of.
So it's a
Yeah.
PS2?
No,
the
DS.
game DS.
But like Goku's in it, Vegeta, Luffy,
Mhm.
Zoro.
Oh, with the stars?
Yeah.
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 Gintama too?
I think so. Yeah. It's 41 different Shonen characters.
I think so. I think that is the one I'm thinking of.
You can't
Yeah.
Toro Honda.
Yeah.
Frenchie's
Number 2, there's no way this one's true. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. Can't be
I
right.
played that.
It's Naruto, so we'll move on. Number 1, Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
I actually really do enjoy that game.
It is a fun game. I don't know if it's number 1, but that is a good
It's
game.
not. I mean, the
It's
fact that no
not.
Budokai game made that list just invalidates it.
Yeah, I'm saying, a Budokai didn't make that list. That's outrageous.
Me personally, I'd put Fighter Z before I put Budokai. But that's just because I don't like 3D fighters.
3D fighters. Yeah.
You also don't like cake, so
Yeah, I have good taste.
I will say the Naruto game shouldn't be number 2 on the list, but I agree with it being on the list. It actually is
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Even if you've never seen Naruto, it's a fun game to play.
Yeah, it's fun, but it's broken as hell.
Mm.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it at number 2 though.
I liked the Xbox 360 Naruto game where you got to run around.
Ninja. I know what you're talking about. Isn't that the first Ultimate Ninja Storm?
It wasn't a fighting game. Like you actually, it was a 3D platformer, and then whenever you fought, it'd go into like fighting stages.
oh yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but I
It's a cool story. My brother didn't own an Xbox 360, but he bought that game. That way, he would encourage him to save his money to buy an Xbox.
did he get an Xbox?
He did.
Okay,
Very
well,
nice.
it worked.
I mean, shit works one at a time. All right. I'm trying to think.
Everything.
Well, yeah. So I don't know how my Xbox is still working. I mean, I have my 360. It's like over there. It still works now, but I remember like back when I was actively playing it because that was like the the system to have. My 360 has red ringed 3 times, and each time I turned it off and turned it back on, it worked.
Interesting.
So I'm pretty
Mine's
sure
never red
my
ringed.
360 is possessed.
See, I went through 3 360s and they all died on me and were never fixed. But I've got an original Xbox sitting back there that I've owned for 7 years and was owned for like another 10, 15 years before that by someone else, and it runs perfectly.
My Xbox always lasts their generation's lifespan at least. Like
I don't.
as soon as I get another one, it'll die on me.
I don't own anything older than an Xbox Series X. I don't go for the past. Hate the past. Hate everything about it.
Well, I had it in the present, but now it's the past.
That's when life was good.
I do remember though, the game. This isn't an anime game, but it's a Batman game, Batman Arkham Asylum. There was a part in the game where the Joker sprays you with the fear gas, or Scarecrow sprays you with the fear gas.
Yeah.
And then your Xbox red rings. That was amazing. That was
the best part.
I hated
the craziest things I've ever seen.
Yeah, funny enough, I'm playing that game right now with Cameron. It's the other. Either he wants to play the One Piece World Seeker game, or he wants to play Batman Arkham Asylum. So we're almost 50% through the game
on Xbox 360.
I wish it's on Steam.
Then you're not going to get the red ring, buddy.
I'm not. I know. I'm a little disappointed.
Maybe your computer will just explode or something.
You'll just die.
I hope they make it blue screen.
That'd be phenomenal. Such a good version of expectations.
So one of the games that came out recently, I don't know if you guys have played Multiverses yet, the WB version of Smash Bros.
Yeah.
So I actually really enjoy like stage fighters like that. And that's something that I really want, is to get like a newer anime one. I was kind of hoping Jump Force would have some version of that. And when I've brought that idea up, I've had someone literally say, "You mean Jump Force?" No, Jump Force is a 1v1 fighting game.
Just with just with shonen characters. That's the only.
But
I would love
Jump
a
Force
shonen.
Started as that.
But Jump Force did have that on the DS.
But that's why I want a newer version of it with updated characters. You get Goku with the Super Saiyan God and Ultra Instinct type stuff.
You want them to remake the first game where Goku has blue hair this time.
I would just like a newer version of it. I mean, that's what Smash Brothers does every time. It's basically just the same game with new stuff added to it.
Yeah.
I actually think that would be a good model for take the multiverse model, where it's a free to play game. They give you a dozen characters, and then you have to buy the more.
Yeah. And I've actually liked Multiverses. I've just been playing the beta so far, but it's got some really good things to it that I actually like more than what I've seen with Smash Bros. Over the years.
I think Multiverses can actually go fuck itself for not letting me in the alpha, but whatever. I mean, I signed up on time. I had all the credentials, but whatever. I'm not bitter.
I mean, I guess just get good, and then maybe
how good? What am I supposed to do to get good?
Just I don't know. Just get good. Clearly, they didn't think you were good.
It doesn't matter, dude. The game's going to be canceled within 6 months with Warner Brothers merging with Discovery.
Yeah.
It's going to go the way of Batgirl and Scoobs the movie.
Scoobs? I didn't hear that.
Got canceled, so don't worry about it. $40 million tax write-off.
Everything's been canceled.
I just realized that a lot of anime video games are either fighters or like those tactic games.
Well, that's what like we and Frenchie were saying earlier, is that's the problem with anime video games, is that the vast majority of them are just repeats of the same model, just with whatever anime it is, whether it's My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, One Piece, it's whatever anime it is. It's just they take the fighting game, they put in all new characters, they change up the character models, they change up the fight moves, and then they go, boom, here's your game.
Yeah, it's just a reskin of the previous game that did it.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Fighter Z wasn't that. Fighter Z
wasn't.
No, but my point
I know what you're saying too.
Yeah. If like 80% is the same thing, and then only like 20% are actually trying to make a unique game,
Like, how often it's very rare. Like the fact that we're like trying to like the
Well, let
hidden
me ask you
gems that
this.
were.
How many of video games wouldn't fall into 80% and 20% of like just without them being anime games? Like most of them seem to be now either all the same battle royale game or
Well, battle royale games are all trash. So
no, I wouldn't say that, but
There's some. Well, okay,
there's some
I
decent
get
ones.
I get what
Yeah,
you're.
Fortnite.
Yeah,
Fortnite is
like,
terrible. I hate Fortnite.
I get where you're going with this side, but my counterpoint would be that at least the majority, even though like each studio is essentially making the same rehash of previous games they've already made, but there's enough studios to get different games out there to where there's enough different games that have at least some uniqueness to them. But with anime fighting games, it's in general the same, few studios making the vast majority of the games.
and you look at like take Grand Theft Auto for example. GTA 4 and GTA 5 at heart the game mechanics are the exact same of stealing cars and getting women, all that type of stuff. But the storylines of the games are completely different. There's new stuff added to it. And that's what you don't get when you go from, like a Dragon Ball Xenoverse to a different Dragon Ball game. It's the same storyline, just newer graphics.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
But then if they did try to do a different story with an anime game, that would completely kill people that like anime for some reason. I don't understand it, but like they wouldn't allow
all about
that.
money.
Necessarily.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
Fighter Z did its whole new story.
True.
Yeah, and that's what that's what I'm trying to.
So would you not be mad if Yu Yu Hakusho had a game that was, say, like a action game in the style of, I don't know, like a Grand Theft Auto kind of game where it's just run around 3D and you're playing as some unknown spirit detective?
Not necessarily.
If it's done right, I would love that. If you did it.
Yeah, I mean, but most people wouldn't buy it because you're not playing.
They're so essentially, yeah. I understand what you're saying. You're saying they don't all have to be the game, but they're not going to sell that well if they're not all following that formula.
Well,
you're probably right, but they're also never going to sell anymore following that formula.
And that's the problem, is that enough people just auto buy the games because they're fans of the anime that they make just enough money to justify continuously doing this over and over and over again.
So they're all in that same mold where all the games are the problem is like no fighting game fan is bought Dragon Ball Xenoverse. It was only sold to Dragon Ball Z fans.
Yeah.
But like if you made like a One Piece game where you're a separate pirate and you start your own crew and stuff like that and go on adventures just set in the One Piece world, I think that'd be a lot of fun. An open world concept in a world that's been developed as well as One Piece has, or even like a Naruto game where you get to, pick your village and stuff like that, go on missions, do different things like that. I think adds to it. Maybe you interact with the main cast a little bit here and there, but it would capture that love of the anime, but also provide a new perspective on the world itself and helps the world building of the shows.
The trick
there is a Naruto game like that.
I don't think. Here's a trick, Frenchie. Here's what you do. You take that One Piece game, you do it in that style, and the twist is at the start is like just like Pokemon. You get 3 devil fruits to choose from.
No.
And then you just because that's the problem. If they try to make a One Piece game or a Naruto game where you have to choose between all these different things, that's where studios get lazy because there's too much variation, there's too much choice.
Yeah, maybe it's a random selector or something. It gives you 3 options from all these different categories.
Yeah, and so it's a more so that's easier to code and a more real that's part of the thing too, is that we have to be realistic to where we want better anime video games, so we have to be realistic that the animes that we're fans of are massive things with so much variation that much coding is impossible for a studio to do, because no matter how big budget they make it, it will never make enough money to justify that level of development.
Yeah. And I mean, it doesn't even have to be like a huge game. Even a mobile game kind of like that would be interesting. Like, I know there was one, Pirates of the Caribbean, for an example. I think it was Dead Man's Chest. It had one where you took control of the Black Pearl and sailed around completing different missions. It brought in some of the story of the movie, but a lot of it was more going on your own adventures and doing different things around the pirate world.
Yeah. I think that's like okay. So this is a good topic. So it arguably try to pick animes that don't have a game currently, or maybe if they do, maybe choose one that has better. But like, what's an anime that either has had only a game that's been like absolutely terrible, or an anime that justifiably could make a realistically good game?
You know
Fruits
what?
Basket.
I was
What?
actually thinking that exact same thing of the dating
Well,
sim.
like a gamer. You have to say a game or a dating sim.
Well, guess what, Frenchie? There is a Fruits Basket game coming out. Are you excited?
Is there really?
Yeah, I remember hearing about this. That I think it could be interesting with the updated stuff that they went through.
It's gonna be a
And
visual novel.
yeah, I really liked how the remake of Fruits Basket went.
You didn't watch the original.
I watched part of it, didn't like how the story was done and the animation, because I'd already watched part of the new one and already liked the new one. So I'm like, if I'm just going to have the same story, I might as well just watch the new one that's going to continue.
It's not the same story. The
I
story
thought I
just
got away
stops in the
from
middle.
Ash.
All right, so we have Fruits Basket.
I thought I got away from Ash. I'm so
you
sick
did.
of
You
fruit
did.
buckets.
All right, give me something else. What's another one?
Gungrave.
Gungrave.
Gungrave is actually in a video game.
There's 2 Gungrave video games, but they're both terrible.
Oh, I meant
Sorry.
no. I was talking about Super Robot Wars.
So
Oh, really?
I'm
Yeah.
waiting for you to.
They're
I'm waiting-
in Super Robot Wars. It's a Japan only release though, I believe.
What about Hellsing? Are there any Hellsing video games?
I don't think so.
Oh,
would
that'd be
probably
dope.
I don't believe so.
I want a Trigun game.
Trigun.
Trigun Online.
Definitely not Cowboy Bebop. We tried that. It didn't work.
Did they have a Cowboy Bebop video game?
Yeah, for PS2.
Do you want
Really?
to know what I was going to say, and then I realized, and then I did a quick Google search, and that there is a game. So now I'm disappointed in myself. I was going to say Sai. I'm waiting for the easy choice here, and I was going to have Sai go like, "Oh yeah, Yamushi Pedal," and then I was like, "Never mind,
Oh,
never mind." There's a 3DS game, so that doesn't
Really?
count. There is, yeah.
yeah, no, that sounds terrible.
Doesn't it? Just cycle is pedal up the hill faster. Press A.
Press A,
Yeah.
press A. It'd
Spin
be
your
like in a
spin
visual
your
novel,
stylus.
but very fast.
Spin your stylus on the bottom screen.
In terms of like a detective type game, It Invaded would be really interesting. Being able to go on the psyche of serial killers and be able to piece things together through that.
Psychopaths would make good one too.
So so on that topic, would Monster then make a good cycle, like a good like catch, like figure out who did it kind of game?
Yeah.
Like obviously you couldn't really mimic the exact anime, but if you did it in that style of like
Mhm.
you're a cop trying to catch a serial killer kind of thing.
But you have to be the cat from Stray.
Oh, God, I hate that game. It's not even a game.
I watched some people play it, and I was like on Twitch, and I was like super into it for like an hour, and then after an hour, I was like, "Wait, this is it? Like this is the rest of this game."
I would like a good Zoids game again.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Like
that would be great. Actually,
the
Zoids
Game Boy
Legacy
games
was
were not
great.
spectacular.
no,
What?
Good-
It was a GameCube.
a good Zoids game, being able to like transform into the different Liger Zero components.
God, yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good.
I liked Zoids Legacy.
You know what they should have made a game of? They haven't yet. Attack on Titan Junior High. That'd
Oh,
be where the
God.
money's at.
Attack on Titan Junior High. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, let's talk
Uh,
about this. I gotta. Why can't they make a good Sword Art game?
Well, they couldn't make a
Because
good
they
anime.
couldn't
Why
make
would they
anime.
make a good game?
Yeah, that just goes back to.
But think about it. You don't have to make it
okay,
like you.
I will
You could
counter that
tailor
point.
make it.
I will counter that with how come no one can make a good oh crap, am I blanking on it now? It's hold on, I have
Dot Hack?
Dot hack. Yeah, thank you.
They did.
Yeah.
It was Dot Hack
They did.
GU. They made 3 good games.
Yeah,
I have the complete GU series on Steam, and I've played.
but you're playing that nowadays, so it's gonna
That's
be
the
bad.
thing. Yep.
Yeah,
But
okay,
back in the day, they were great.
right. My point is, think of like the Dot Hack series,
Mhm.
and think of the movie, like the anime and all that stuff. Like, imagine how good those games could have been. Like, if you
But-
actively could do more with like party members and missions and stuff. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the games. I
It
just
would be
think
better if they would decided to make it an MMO.
They did have an MMO.
Did they?
Fragment. It
Oh,
was
okay.
garbage.
Okay, well, made it a good MMO.
Yeah. MMOs are hard.
But no, I was saying like Sword Art, but no one's tried to make it a VR game, which I kind
Ooh.
of get why. Because the whole
This is the
premise-
year it's supposed to come out. So,
Is it? Okay.
well, in the
I hadn't
anime,
even heard of it.
2022 is where Sword
Oh,
Art
okay,
Online
okay.
comes
I
out.
see what you're saying. And I was like,
We're not there.
I was thinking one day, like, it doesn't have to be a great game, but like a
I mean, I've got an
decent-
Oculus behind me, guys.
I
can
have
tell
one
you,
too.
it's not quite there.
If you want to play
Just-
something like Sword Art Online VR, just play Skyrim VR.
Well, yeah, that's
Well,
what I'm saying.
There's
Like,
there's
just-
an MMO. There's a
just
VR
throw a
MMO
good
called
skin.
Myth Online, which is probably the closest.
Yeah.
I like an Excel World game. I'm not gonna lie.
Which one?
Excel World, ACCEL.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would like. I like.
You know, just I want air gear. Give me an air gear game.
Yes, all the yes.
Yeah,
has-
like you have
but
to you
it
have
has
to,
to be-
stop guys from kicking you in the balls and then raping your whole class.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be
that's the
very
first
mature.
mission. That's the first mission. It's press A to stop the rape.
Yeah, it's pretty early on, right? In the
In the
in
manga,
story.
in the manga, it's towards the end of. It's like midway
First
through the
page.
first like omnibus of the manga, so it's a few chapters in. But in the show, it's like it's a second episode.
The team is the Skull Satyrs, right?
Yeah, Skull Satyrs. Yeah, that's who does it. Yeah,
That's like the second team they face, or maybe the first team.
it's the first team he faces because he starts off kind of like with the first episode is just him learning about it and getting a pair of skates, like from his sister, not sisters, but well, I guess pseudo sisters. And then like right after that is when the Skull Satyrs like
When he
destroy
steals
his
their
entire
Yeah, who cares? That's not about video games, guys. Stop being dorks. So
life.
you said you asked earlier, like, what do you think was the last really well received anime game? I would say it was probably Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle for Android and iOS. Is anyone going to argue with me that that's not a great
I'd say
game?
Fighter.
It is a great game. You know what's also a great game? One Piece Treasure Cruise for the Android and Apple.
I agree, probably.
It's the exact same thing as DBZ
So-
Dokkan, just One Piece.
That's
So
cool.
Well, and then instead of the orbs part, it's actual 5-on-5.
and you have to
you fight.
time the taps.
Yeah, it's tactic. It's DBZ Dokkan in terms of summoning people combined with tactics.
Yeah,
So
it's a
you-
gotcha game, so it sounds not like it at all. But I will tell you, I greatly appreciate how little Dokkan Battle tries to get your money.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah,
being a free to
it barely
play
wants it. Yeah.
phone game, it doesn't even care. Like it's like, oh, you're out of energy, but you do have 154 dragon stones we gave you for free. Just use those, completely refill everything.
Use
Side.
one dragon stone to refill your energy. Come on, Side. End it. End it. Go to the light. God
Okay.
damn it.
Sorry.
Go to the light.
I'm trying.
You're making us look like dorks, man.
Yeah, we need the views, and we need the Frenchie. We need Frenchie wants views too. So if
I
you
was trying to die.
could.
We appreciate the effort you put into the podcast.
I tried.
I was trying for views.
So, go ahead, Frenchie.
I was going to say there was an anime that came to my mind that I think would be really fun. It's kind of an open world concept, and that's Fire Force. I know they've released, I think, a mobile game and they have a fighting game out, but being able to be at one of the
a fighting
stations.
game.
Yeah, there's a Fire Force fighting game. I think it came out in 2020 or something.
Yeah, of course.
Is it a Japan only release?
I have no idea, but
That would be good though. Fire Force is great.
yeah, the pictures look like it's almost a carbon copy of My Heroes 1 Justice. But
Oh,
again,
I
just
guarantee you
with
it
the
is. Yeah, I guarantee.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it's made
Yeah.
of the same studio.
skins. Yeah,
Which
but
is just a carbon copy of Ninja Storm, right?
pretty
Which
much
is just a
in the
carbon copy
universe.
of Budokai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like what we said earlier. They're basically all the same game, just different characters and different
It's-
worlds.
It's mostly
Yeah.
the shonen animes that are like that. I find.
Well, it's mostly the shonen animes that are getting games.
Yeah, I just thought about that
Yeah.
too after I said that.
They're not going to make it a raced game, probably.
Yeah, they
Well,
should.
it might. It'd be a visual novel.
I was about to say Danganronpa. Does Danganronpa count?
I think Danganronpa started as a game though.
Danganronpa was games, yeah. And the
Was it a game
Danganronpa is not
first?
even anime. It's just
Mm.
the animation. So it's like the Persona
Oh, okay.
animes where they're just take the story from the game.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know if Danganronpa was a video game. Show first.
No,
Or
it's
video.
definitely the video games.
Okay.
There
So
have been some adaptations into anime that have been fairly solid coming from video games.
like what?
Fate.
Castlevania.
Pokemon.
I do really like the Fate series.
I
Well,
do too.
Pokemon the anime is terrible.
It gets better.
No,
The movies
Pete,
are great, but the
It gets-
anime itself, the show is terrible.
I said it gets better. I didn't say it gets good.
when
fair.
when was Pokemon the show terrible?
Well, Ash is a horrible trainer. There's not a good story to it. I really do not care for the story.
How Ash never actually beats all the gym leaders.
How Ash's
Ash.
Pokemon stay at the same basic level and then get shit stomped.
So you watched it 20 years ago, haven't seen anything since, and you're just gonna shit all over it, right?
I also watched most of Black and White, which Black and White was just a carbon copy of the original. Look, almost the exact same team. His types reaching the same levels on that
Dude.
team.
Black and White from 2008.
Yeah. After I watch over 400 episodes of a show and it's still not good, I'm not going to keep watching it.
You watch
Journeys-
One Piece. It takes 40 episodes. You guys told me I have to watch 60 episodes before I'll start getting into it.
I told you to watch 30.
We said 31 is where the arc starts. 31 to 60 is the arc that usually will catch everyone in terms of watching One Piece.
So
Yeah.
you haven't seen the Pokemon episode where the one dies.
No, but also the
no.
new animation for Pokemon is stupid.
It is.
It's
Are you
not-
talking about Journeys?
Listen, it's not stupid. It's cheap. Learn the difference. All right.
I have not watched Pokemon since
I actually like Journeys. It's pretty
Johto.
fun.
Since
I'll be
JoJo.
honest with you guys. I haven't watched anything since the first league, so I have no room to make this argument. I was just trying to.
I will say
Stand ground.
movies are still top tier. Like even the newest movies, a lot of them are still really good.
I haven't
Speaking
seen
of-
anything since the
all,
first movie.
all I want
Yeah,
in
I don't know.
all I want Pokemon to do, and I want to see the article, is it says Ash turns 11, and it's a birthday episode.
Ash, he won the Pokemon League.
He won a fake league.
He won a Pokemon League.
A fake league. He
Now,
won a
Mark,
fake-
are you talking about the Orange Islands, or because he did win another one recently?
the
Yeah,
the
he
first
won
one, the
recently,
first
right?
one he won was like a fake league.
I thought we weren't talking about
Oh
Pokemon.
my god!
It
The
brings
Sun
you
and
back.
Moon was not that bad. Okay, Sun and Moon wasn't that bad.
I barely.
I'm
Not-
standing. I'm gonna make that statement. Sun and Moon wasn't as bad as everyone.
For
said.
what it is,
I'm
not bad.
sorry that they changed things slightly and no one could deal with it, but it has to happen. Things change. People change. Look at us. Look at this cast. This isn't even the same 4 people that started here.
It's not. A year ago was a much different show.
yeah, it wasn't. What do you call that? Diversity
changed the name.
hires. There wasn't
You
any
changed
diversity
everything.
hires.
Everything changed. Yeah, there was no diversity.
There was no diversity hires. Nope.
And so Psy gives us that sweet government refund.
Listen, not to downplay Psy here, but he's an independent contractor. Okay,
I am an independent contractor.
he's
But,
an independent contractor who's linked to the show and can't work anywhere else, like a pro
Probably
wrestler.
because he won't put a damn shirt on most of the time.
It's
So,
written into his contract at this point.
Yeah.
Mark, about an hour ago, you
Yeah.
were asking what everyone's favorite anime game was.
Yeah, about an hour ago, I did ask that question.
What was yours?
Honestly, probably Budokai 2. That's what I got the most enjoyment out of as a kid. And getting the capsules, and that's where I like got my love for Raditz, and like just like it really it increased my love for Dragon Ball and made me want to like really watch more Dragon Ball because I just loved Budokai 2.
Did you ever do the disc fusion and the Budokai Tenkaichi?
Yeah,
that was amazing. I was like,
it was good.
Nothing's ever going to surpass this technology.
Oh, these graphics are the best that will ever be, ever.
Frenchie, how about you?
I gotta go old school. I gotta go with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses because a lot of the anime games that I have played have been the carbon copy fighting games, so none of them have really stood out to me. I did really like Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I will say that I did like that it was kind of still going through that original plot, but a little bit different, and being able to customize your own character and not just play as like Goku. It was really fun, but of all the Yu-Gi-Oh games, Duelist of the Roses was very different in the way you used fusion with the way you battled. It brought in that same thing from like Battle City where you could try and get their rarest card and stuff like that through a slot machine. And my roommates and I would get drunk on Friday and Saturday nights in college and play that game till like 3 a.m.
Dungeon Dice Monsters.
What?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters.
I remember Dungeon Dice.
That wasn't a fantastic game.
That was a terrible game.
Yeah, so that's what I remember is just being it very like, what the hell is this shit?
What was the Yu-Gi-Oh game for PS1? What was that?
Wasn't there a few?
Probably. I don't remember.
I'm going to say no. What's the one I'm thinking of then?
What are you thinking of?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Was that Forbidden Memories?
Forbidden Memories, yes. That was also a very good game. I'd check that one out, and then Sacred Card for the GBA. Probably the top 3 Yu-Gi-Oh games.
I've got World Championships 2004 currently in my game and won my duel while we were recording.
You can throw it away.
Yeah, most of the you can't go really wrong with a Yu-Gi-Oh game.
I mean, you can.
You can.
Really wrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you go really wrong with it?
Dual Dice Monsters.
That's not a Yu-Gi-Oh game.
It's not the word Yu-Gi-Oh on the game, bro.
That's a travesty.
That's in the title.
It's a spin-off game, spin-off series.
It counts.
Nah. I meant like a Yu-Gi-Oh card game, like a true blue Yu-Gi-Oh game. Can you really go?
You can't go wrong until it's wrong.
Didn't Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds have a game?
Probably, yes.
The problem with Yu-Gi-Oh is, there's
they didn't let you erase the
7 generations of card games piled onto each other.
Yeah.
So now you got to figure out what the fuck's going on because one dude pulls out a pot of greed and it lets him get 7 robot monsters, and they take up your side of the field too. And somehow you lost from him dueling himself, and it's far above me at this point.
Yeah, that's why Master Duels. I don't find Master Duels to be that bad because it does a good job. Like those newer games, they do a good job of like keeping the ban list updated, I guess, or like when it's released. So if you play the game, like in real life, you could theoretically play the video game and not be at a loss, even if you didn't play watch the show.
So that's your choice for best anime game ever?
No, not even close.
You're stuck. What's your choice?
My choice, I guess, would have to be. That's a hard one. It would have to be one of the tactic games.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I would say that the SD Gundam game, because it's fun for me, and I love it.
I got you. I'm on the same page. I think it's Yu Yu Hakusho tournament tactics, and then
Good choice.
real close behind that is Dragon Ball Z Boo's Fury for
Yeah.
Boo
Boo's
GBA.
Fury.
Yes, that one was
Oh
fucking.
man, I remember that.
You could fuse.
Yeah.
Can we agree that the Boo Saga is one of the most underrated and disrespected arcs of all of Dragon Ball's series?
Okay, I feel like that about all of Dragon Ball, that it's underrated and disrespected.
Yeah. So you're 100% right, Frenchie. People
Yeah,
didn't
you're
like
right,
it
though.
because it was kind of it was almost trying to return to form of
Mhm.
Dragon Ball, where there was crazy lighthearted stuff going on, but people were over that. People were cynical and mean at that point, you know,
And
They couldn't
hateful,
wrap their head
spiteful.
around it. Yeah,
I
we
mean,
were all-
like
And
the Boo-
correct.
No,
the Boo Saga gave us Gogeta.
Give us
Vegito, Gotenks. It gave us Goten and Child Trunks to begin with. It gave us Majin Vegeta. It gave us his
Yeah.
ultimate send off. The Final Flash is one of my all time favorite anime moments, and it just
gave us Statue Piccolo.
yeah.
The
moment
ultimate
where
sperm attack.
yeah,
and
um,
also in the Boo Saga, Boo does destroy like half of the world, or actually all of the world.
He kills
literally
everyone on
just-
the planet.
yeah,
Okay,
he just
almost
walks to the edge of
everyone.
the Outlook and just bends down and does one attack. That's
Yeah.
one of the most vicious things I've
And that
ever
was
seen
a-
in anime.
That was a brutal attack too.
Dude, let's be fair. Piccolo was a lot more vicious right before that when he was like, "There's a bunch of people on Earth for you to kill. Go kill them."
Yeah, that's because he was
Yeah.
trying to buy time so Gotenks could beat Boo, and Boo's like, sounds fun. Okay,
He's
I'm
like,
done.
you know what? That's a good idea, Piccolo. I'm gonna go murder people.
Hey,
You
Piccolo
guys
And then he
was
stay
did
out
in 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Piccolo
he's like,
was right, man. He
Right,
was.
should have done that. Then again, they've used that tactic before because they almost do the same thing with like.
They did that against not Raditz, Vegeta, and
They do it against
Nappa.
Vegeta and Nappa.
they're like, "Hey, we need
Where
time.
where
Go
they
have
tell
some
Nappa
fun."
to go do what he wants. And they arguably do the same thing with.
You guys are remembering it wrong. They don't tell them to go kill people.
No, they say they need.
decides that they're going to wait, but then the military shows up, so Nappa goes
Oh,
and kills
yeah.
them. And what
Well,
the hell
that's
are they going to do about
that's
it?
after Nappa flew to that nearby town and just.
I was
killed
thinking
them
of
because
Dragon
they
Ball
were the
Z
nearest town.
Abridged.
They also do the same thing with Cell, arguably to an extent, because
Do they?
because Goku, when he's training with Gohan in the hyperbolic time chamber, he's told everyone stay away from Cell until we get out. Just let him. Essentially, he's just telling them let him do what he wants until we get out of the hyperbolic time chamber.
To be fair, I think that was more of they just didn't want Vegeta to make him stronger.
Which
That
he
could
did.
that could have played a lot into it.
And that totally works. That plan worked flawlessly.
Luckily, Cell's big plan was to stand perfectly still for 7 days.
Isn't that because Goku told him to?
No, he doesn't listen to Goku.
Good.
Yeah, Boo's a very underrated villain, I'll say.
Which version?
All of them.
Sexy Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Super.
Is that an actual version?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm thinking of. Because he gets the glow up, right? Yeah.
He gets the glow up. He's looking
I haven't-
good.
I have
Yeah.
not watched Super, so
He got ripped.
He trains and gets ripped.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fucking
okay.
great, man.
It's great.
Okay. Yeah,
I forgot about that, but yeah,
This is like-
that's the best Boo version.
that was so good when Hercules was like,
I loved
you should
it.
see Boo. He's looking great.
And then, like the next episode, he's asleep again.
all right.
All right, guys. I think we've put the definitive word on anime video games. No one will be arguing what the best one is ever again.
Cyber Sleuth was really good too. I like that. That's my
Cyber Sleuth
number
was
2.
good, but you're not going to tell me you don't like grinding and then tell me you like Cyber Sleuth, because that game was all grinding.
Yeah,
I spent-
but it feels different though, because you get
What?
I don't know. When you get to level up and evolve your Pokemon, it feels different. I don't know.
I spent way too much time trying to get
Yeah.
Imperial Dramon Paladine mode, and I never
Yeah.
got him.
I think I got. Oh no, you said Paladin mode. Yeah, no.
Paladin mode.
I didn't
is
get that one.
Yeah.
Paladin mode is hard because you have to fight. You have to beat 3 Imperial Dramon Paladine modes to unlock him, and you have to grind your way to him. It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, and then you gotta. Yeah, no.
There's no one else to beat after you do it. So
Yeah,
well.
game's over. Do they not have New Game Plus?
Not that you could carry over.
Oh,
extra stuff
that's boo boo.
I don't know.
Everyone add New Game Plus.
Yeah,
I think we should get rid of New Game
Yeah.
Plus. Just
get rid of everything.
move on to the next game.
Exactly. All right, Josh, do you want to remind everyone what we got coming up?
Next week we're watching Shigurui.
What?
Close enough.
Shigurui?
Shigure?
The story of a disabled samurai fighting to the death, and the most dramatic opening scene I have ever seen in an anime ever.
That's a bold statement.
It's a bold opening scene. Can't say it's good, but it is dramatic as hell.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
I guess we'll see.
All right, Frenchie, where can we find you when you're not hanging out with us?
You can find me on the Weekly Weaves podcast as well as the Nerdy Talk podcast. Both those are on Spotify and Anchor. You can also follow us on Facebook. We actually just dropped a new episode yesterday. Yeah, yesterday about the friendliest creatures in anime. And next week we'll be talking about biggest plot twists and reviewing Trapped in a Dating Sim.
I like
Yeah.
that show.
It actually was a
you,
lot better
you-
than I thought it would be.
It's hilarious. You can find me
On Dad's
the
Anime
local-
Stash.
on the yeah, there you
I
can
was
find me
gonna
there.
say, how do
Usually.
you even give a shit about that other thing anymore?
I mean, it'd be rude not to say.
Ash does listen, so he's got to be careful.
Yeah. At the Simping for Senpai podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts, I believe we just released an episode this Wednesday. If we didn't, it's going to be up next Wednesday.
Fantastic.
There it is.
All right, Mark, take us out.
All right. Remember, everyone, be very careful because this is a special anniversary edition. So brush off the crate crumbs from your dad's anime stash, put it back under the bed, make sure he doesn't notice it. Take the rest of the cake with you into your room, pull the covers over yourself, leave us 5 stars, follow us on Facebook and YouTube, and tune in next week when we review Shigurui and months after
the
that.
title.
And yeah, it sure is. And monthly anime quizzes, don't forget about those. And we'll see you guys next time on Dad's Anime Stash.